Hallo meine lieben Freunde, was geht, was geht ab, was muss, was guten Abend, guten Tag. Es ist dein Lieblings-YouTuber James Bray und ich reagiere heute auf Don't Move to Berlin. What? What? Reasons to not move to Berlin, Germany. Now, I understand you guys are very familiar with me at this point. If you haven't been familiar with who James Bray is, well, I open up the video with, it's your favorite YouTuber. It's your favorite German obsessed American, you know, and yeah, I've been checking out everything pertaining to Germany. I'm basically borderline obsessed at this point. I'm teaching myself the language. I'm diving into a lot of different avenues and stuff, having conversations with people. It's been very awesome, a very interesting experience. But today, we're gonna be checking this video out. Don't move to Berlin. Warum? Wieso? Why? Why? Well, we're gonna find out today. If you guys are new to the channel, willkommen. If you guys are returning viewers, willkommen zurück. We post videos every single day or jeden Tag. Most of them being reactions, commentary, a lot of them being me learning, and some other videos that are totally random. But if you guys haven't already, all I ask is that you guys abonniert diesem Kanal und like the video. Bitte vielen lieben Dank für eure Unterstützung. Das bedeutet mir viel. Let's go ahead and dive nose deep into this thing and see exactly why we should not move to Berlin. Interesting. It looks like the like to dislike ratio a little kind of neck and neck, you know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously I think people wound up sticking around and listening to the whole thing. I think they saw the title and kind of got a little jarred. So I mean, it's a very interesting title. So we're gonna see what's going on, man. Los geht's.
Heard it all. I've seen a lot of things. Are you and I talking about the same place? They hate Berlin. Hello zusammen, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having an awesome day so far. If it's your first time here, welcome. Or if it's not your first time here, welcome again. I don't mean to exclude all of you guys who always come back. Thank you. I really appreciate you watching my videos.
Oh, she's from Canada? Oh, that's cool. That's dope.
Clicking on my channel, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing and all that good stuff. Thank you so much. But for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Diana. I am a Canadian expat.
Ah, see, I definitely caught that. I mean, the German Canadian flag gave it away, you know what I'm saying? But that's cool.
Living and working in Berlin, Germany. I've been living here for a few years now. Ooh. Almost 4 years to be exact. And on my channel, I talk about the German culture, what it's like to live here, my experiences as an expat.
This is going to be interesting because I literally just talked to somebody in my work center yesterday about the most desirable place to live in Germany. And hands down, the first place that she mentioned was Berlin. She's like, I don't care where you go in Germany, but you got to go to Berlin. Like, you have to go to Berlin. So seeing this, I gotta see why not, you know, this is a very interesting topic. But you guys let me know in the comments down below if you agree, disagree. You know, we're gonna talk about this, break it down, you know. I'm gonna have some questions obviously, and we're gonna open up a forum in the comments down below like we always do. You know, welcoming any kind of questions, criticism on, you know, my perspective on things and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys.
And I also share tips and advice on how you can move over to Germany and how you can find a job here as well. Ooh. But for today, we're gonna get real, guys. Oh. We are gonna talk about why you shouldn't move to Berlin.
Those words just cut a knife in every Berliner's chest, I bet right now. They're like, listen, man, we got to find out what's going on here, man.
I was really inspired to make this video because I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this, but I get so much hate when it comes to living in Berlin, and I get so many comments about it, and I have to talk about it. Ooh. Germans they hate Berlin.
Is this true? Y'all hate Berlin? Let me know in the comments down below. Y'all didn't tell me that. Damn, that's crazy, man. Hiding the real facts from your boy. Not the facts, but hiding your real opinions from your boy. Uh-oh.
If you were not born here, raised here, or live here by choice, all other people in Germany actually hate Berlin. And this is something that I didn't know about. I came here,
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I did have a live stream where I did say for when I was like asking for like the most beautiful place in Germany or the best place. I'm like, was ist die beste Stadt in Deutschland? Like da. People were, only a couple people said Berlin. Everybody was saying like Cologne or like, you know, other, not even Hamburg. No, it was a couple people said Hamburg, but it was more like Münster, Cologne, Düsseldorf, da. But I was also commenting, I'm like, yo, why don't I see Berlin on here? Berlin's a nice city, isn't it? They're like, oh, it's dirty, da, like, and I'm like, damn, y'all be dunking on Berlin, G. But generally speaking, I've heard wonderful things about it. But it is a big city, so if you're not into the city vibes, and I can understand why a lot of people wouldn't like it, just because maybe like there's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons that come with just being a city in the first place. You know, like Chicago, for instance, where I grew up. It smelled horrible. You know, there's a lot of people, and then a lot of people also means a lot of homeless people as well. So the homeless parks they smell pretty bad. I mean, you had a lot of other things that weren't so great. Like it was definitely a lot dirtier than a lot of other places I'd seen before. So there was that as well. The people were a lot meaner because there's a lot of people in close proximity, so they have very little patience. So I wonder if she's gonna hit on things like this in that kind of retrospect. Maybe it's a city issue. And there's my camera. My camera told me to shut the hell up. Oh my God. Let me go ahead and swap these batteries out real quick. And yes, if you have not followed us on YouTube at all, you will know that my camera dying is kind of a gimmick here. Yes, I should probably get a better camera, but no, I choose not to. Anyways, what does she have to say?
I was telling everybody I live in Berlin. I love it here. It's such an awesome city. And then I started making these videos, and the amount of hate that I got towards this city and people criticizing me for living here was just mind-boggling.
See, somebody, one of her comments said she already lives in the rudest town in Germany. That's because it's a city. Cities are rude as hell, man. Like if you go to New York or Chicago, people don't give a damn. They don't care, bro. They don't care, bro. They do not care about your feelings. Your feelings are in the garbage can, man. They don't care. They do not care. No sympathy. No sympathy for you. So maybe it's the same way in Berlin.
I couldn't believe it. Honestly, when I see these comments, I'm like, are you and I talking about the same place? Because definitely not experiencing it the same way. For those of you who don't know, Berlin is sort of like the rebel child of Germany. It's a little rough around the edges, and it didn't really develop or recover as well as the rest of Germany did after the reunification. So it has a very, very unique feel, which for a lot of Germans, it just goes against everything that they know to be true about Germany, what they value about Germany. So I want to share with you reasons why maybe Berlin is not the city for you and why you should not move here. One reason why you shouldn't move to Berlin is if you don't like graffiti.
But y'all, we played GeoGuessr. Y'all know we played GeoGuessr. What was the first place I would always say the place was if there was graffiti? For all my people who have been watching the streams at twitch.tv/JamesBRAYGANG, every time we played GeoGuessr, every time I spotted graffiti, because we only played GeoGuessr in Germany, of course, right? Well, naturally, you know what I'm saying? Where was the first place I would always assume it was? Ding, 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 Berlin, right? I thought Berlin was pretty much the only place with graffiti. I'm like, ooh, there's graffiti here in this thing. Like, definitely Berlin. But obviously, there's graffiti everywhere. Like, there's like, I guess graffiti in a lot of major cities and stuff like that. But I feel like Berlin has the most, but I could be wrong, you know? But I definitely made the wrong stereotype about, you know, Berlin being the only place having graffiti, you know, because people were laughing. Actually, they're like, bro, like that's not Berlin, bro. It's a different place.
Now, some people, they see graffiti as vandalism. It's terrible, it's disgusting. And cool. Other people like to see it as art and enhancing place.
Whatever that is not art. Look like a 5-year-old like spray painted the side of the train. Now I would be so for something like that. Yeah, somebody would get their whoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? So it's like somebody took their left hand and spray painted the damn train, bro. That don't look good. That does not look good. If the spray paint looks good, then I don't mind. You know, even if it's like some really fancy zigzag type stuff, but. This straight up looked like somebody did not know how to graffiti. It was like their first time spray painting something, because that does not look good, bro. For that particular example on the screen. But, you know, I've seen some good designs, bro. Some good designs.
That's the way I like to see it. I love the graffiti around here. I'm obviously not a fan of like the tagging that's super mindless and is just really dumb.
Hey, tagging's okay though. You know what I'm saying? Tagging is what makes it more vibrant. You know, you got the nice cute little murals and then you got people tagging on the side. I think that's just sick. People like in every major city you'll see people tagging their like little signatures or names. I think it's pretty cool. But I know people in the comments about to give me some backlash. They're like, dang, like no, it's not, it's ugly. But I know it's like the city vibe versus the not city vibes. You know, that's what it boils down to.
But there are some beautiful graffiti pieces across the city.
Yes,
there's graffiti everywhere, and I think it adds
beautiful.
A nice vibe to the
hell yeah. Okay, so those other places she just took pictures by, those look absolutely stunning, breathtaking. Love them. 10 out of 10.
Whole city, to the whole atmosphere, and you can really see the creativity in the city.
Oh yeah,
through the graffiti and the art all across buildings, and you know, all across the different areas of the city that you go to. But I know a lot of people don't like it. They see it as it being super ugly and just an eyesore. So if that's you, then you definitely don't want to come to Berlin. If you like organization and everything to be done orderly, then I'm sorry to tell you, but Berlin is not the place for you.
Once again, I feel like that's like a city thing. If you're in a city, expect chaos. That's just the rules of the road, you know? Berlin
doesn't give off the organized vibe. I mean, yes, the public transportation runs on time and it's always immaculate when it comes to that. But cool. It's rough around the edges in the sense that the buildings are not that well maintained a lot of the times. Berlin's gone through...
Is this true? Guys? Are the buildings not maintained or something? I need to know in the comments down below, man. That's a pretty big accusation, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang. Hey, man, I'm learning some new things every day. I just need to ask y'all in the comments down below. I need y'all to just give me your opinion for it, especially for the people that live in Berlin. Berlin.
A lot, and it hasn't recovered like the other major cities in Germany. It's not as wealthy as the other cities in Germany. And that's why it's like this, okay? So if you're looking for picturesque, beautiful, clean cities, Berlin is not one of them. Now, I've been to some other major cities which are way worse than Berlin, like New York City or Paris.
New York City is garbage. I mean, it's like, you know, it's a nice little place and stuff like that if you want to just get a nice little city vibe, but it's literally garbage. Like if you want to see literal garbage, like all over the place, New York City is your place, man.
In terms of organization and cleanliness, yeah, those cities are just like way down here, but Berlin is not the cleanest, most organized city compared to the other major cities in Germany. And I think this really irritates Germans because they feel like it's not a true representation of Germany. You have to be more go with the flow here and expect that some areas are not going to be as clean or that well maintained. Yes. And that is just something unique about the city, and I like it. Now, if you're looking to move to a city that is super fashionable and people look like they've just walked off of the runway or they're always on trend, Berlin ain't it.
Damn, she just roasted the shit. She said y'all know how to dress, bro. Yeah. Oh, damn. It's like if you're looking for people that know what the hell they want to wear, Berlin ain't it, chief. That ain't it, chief. Oh man, that's crazy, bro. Hey, it's all good, but that's another thing. Everything she's pointed out so far is something that's kind of obvious when it comes to like cities and stuff in general. It's like reasons it should. I guess you could title this video "Don't Move to Cities," you know, or reasons not to move to a city, because these are all applicable to cities. You know, like most major cities, I should say, are just like this. I remember in high school when I was younger. I went to school wearing like my dad's hand-me-downs, and I felt horrible. I'm like, oh, everybody's gonna make fun of me. Everybody's wearing like H&M and Forever 21 stuff. I'm over here rocking the 1982 Depression pants and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I showed up to school. No one cared. As a matter of fact, on my way to school, no one cared, because no one cares. There's too many people to care, bro. Like there's like 2.7 million people in Chicago. No one cares, bro. No one cares about you, bruh. But like same thing with any major city, like New York, they're not gonna care. I've seen people wear everything from like, you know, barely anything, walking around with basically a shoelace covering their like, you know, little part and stuff like that. And then I've seen people wearing like clown clothes. I've seen people wearing like a business suit top and then some polka dot bottoms, you know, with some Air Force Ones. It's just the craziest stuff you'll see, the craziest fashion designs you'll see will be in cities. So what she's saying, it's accurate. But I mean, I'm not sure if it is accurate. You guys let me know in the comments down below, because people like from Berlin probably making angry Berlin noises right now, like, hey, I know how to dress. So I mean, yeah, I'm not coming for your neck. I know she's not trying to come for your neck, but she just basically just said y'all can't dress. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that just comes to, it's just a more carefree vibe, you know, in cities, because people are like, no pressure, bro. No one, there's too many people to care about everybody, you know, and what everybody's wearing and what everybody's doing. That's like some small town energy, you know. It's like, dang, you can't step out the house looking like you guys are gonna be mad disappointed in me when you see me in person. A Kotsky bandana, hoodie, some slides, okay, some slides and some shorts. I don't give one. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it doesn't matter if I'm in a small town, big town, you'll be able to identify me by this and some shorts, you know. But hey man, let me see, let her finish talking, man.
It's just not that type of city. Now, I'm not saying that Berliners are not fashionable and that they don't know how to dress.
That's basically what you said.
I think the opposite. I think people here have a really cool style. It's very representative of everything that the city is, which is that free spirit energy, that artistic feel, that go with the flow type of feel, do whatever you want energy that I love. And that really shows in the clothes. But people here are not super big into shopping and staying on trends and wearing designer clothes. I don't really see that a lot here. Maybe in some of the more posh areas of Berlin, but even then it's not that big. I remember when I went to Hamburg and I went to Munich and people were decked out in designer clothes.
Ooh. Really? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's one thing I completely forgot about. Hey man, I might make a video on this too. Like Germans in general know how to dress, bruh. When we got our German exchange students, the first thing we were all kind of felt a little self-conscious about was that they were all iced out, man. They popped up in our school wearing like designer stuff, and even if it wasn't designer, y'all just know how to dress. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, like these guys are like, you know, they got the matching polos, like with the shoes and stuff like that, like haircuts on point, you know, like just everything like worked together. Everything they wore like complemented each other, you know what I'm saying? Like the outfit complemented each other. I'm like, damn, like that's just not how things are here, you know, in America. We kind of just wear whatever the hell, you know. Now there are some places where people get dressed up and decked out and da-da-da, but most of my life I've come to find that people, for the most part, don't give a damn. Like, the older I got, I've also realized I just don't care, because I'm like, hey man, like listen, I can afford it, but no one's gonna care what I wear, bruh. If I could sweet talk my way into a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I don't need to wear nice clothes to get to where I need to get to, you know what I'm saying? If you just have a nice little conversation with me, you can't get enough of your boy.
And you can see that people really like to be super fashionable. That is just not what you're going to see here. Now here, people love to wear secondhand clothes. They like to wear a lot of black. I made a whole video all about Berlin style. I'll link it right over here.
Oh, well, she got her style on point. Maybe this is the Berliner swag. Why'd she open up with Berlin saying, got no swag? He's like, if you're looking for people that know how to dress, it's definitely not Berliners. And I'm like, yo, you gotta chill.
Where I kind of just poke fun at the way that Berliners act. And that's the way I like it, because it's made me way less of a consumerist, much more of a mindful shopper. And I realize I just don't need to keep up with the trends all the time. And
you don't. No one cares. Like, that's just the thing. In big cities, no one cares, because there's this, people have think about it. In Berlin, from what I researched, 3.7 million people. That's 3.7 million individual lives, right? You got your own problems. Like, things are just moving for everybody in a different way and a different pace. So there's no reason to care about what other people are wearing. I mean, you shouldn't care about what other people are wearing in the first place, but, you know, that's just how we are as humans, being social and stuff like that. But, you know, in big cities, just there's so much going on, no one cares, bro. In fact, how you dress kind of represents your personality a little bit. It's like, oh, wow, this person's more conservative. Oh, this person's more free. Oh, this person don't give a damn, you know what I mean? Like,
comparison to when I lived in Toronto, which is much more into trends and brand names and all of that. Not that I'm not into those things, and not that I don't like dressing up or wearing designer things here and there. I do like that stuff, but it's not as important to me as it once was, in comparison to when I did live in a city like Toronto, where keeping up with the trends was much more important. So if that's the type of person that you are, then Berlin is not the place for you. Another reason why you shouldn't move to Berlin is if you don't like opinionated people. People here are super opinionated, they're super upfront, and they're very passionate about their causes.
Oh, well, I guess it kind of contradicts the last thing I said. I'm like, people don't give a damn, but they don't care about what you wear, you know? But obviously in big cities too, I think people in an ironic sense are more outspoken. Like, I remember every time I was walking down the street, there'd be people that were like animal rights activists or feminists, and they had their little pamphlets and stuff like that. They're like, hey, like, join the cause and da-da-da. I'm like, oh, not today. I gotta go to work. I gotta go to school. Like, I gotta take care of stuff. Or like, hey, buy my mixtape. I'm like, I gotta take care of something. Leave me alone, bro. But it's the same. That's another city thing, I feel like.
Berlin is known to be an activist city. If there's something that people have a passion for, or they really believe in it, you're most likely going to see some Facebook group dedicated to it, some event, some protest. People here are very, very outspoken, and they like to fight for a cause, and they're not afraid to call you out on something if it doesn't align with what they believe in.
Actually, that kind of goes hand in hand with the observation, the cultural observation that Germans are very direct. So that actually makes activism in Germany probably taken to an entirely different scale, because I feel like people are very indirect here in America, because people try to, you know, spare your feelings for the most part. But Germans, man, it is what it is at the end of the day, man. It's like, hey, do you like dogs? No. Oh, then you're definitely a bad person. You're a bad person. You don't like dogs, you're a bad person. You probably need to get that looked at. But we have a dog activist group where that you should totally join. And if you do join, then we'll reconsider what we just said, because you're definitely not a good person. And people are like, it's a joke, you know, but at the same time, part of it had some truth to it, you know. People are definitely very direct. I remember when I was putting on weight, because your boy losing weight now, but when I was putting on weight, man, the first things one of my German homies told me, man, was like, "You getting fat, bro." And I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, this can be obviously very irritating. It can be, you know, quite uncomfortable to be brought into these conversations sometimes. But ultimately, I like it because it keeps things interesting, and you're always meeting people who are different than you. They think differently than you, and it gets you to challenge your own ideas, and it gets you to just explore different ways of thinking. It pushes you to grow. So I like it for that reason. But if you can't stand that kind of environment, if you get irritated by maybe, you know, the train or the bus not working sometimes because there's a protest happening somewhere, then yeah, Berlin is just not the place for you.
Dang.
Now, the last reason why you should not move to Berlin is if you cannot accept other people, and living in a diverse city that is open to different cultures.
I did notice that. Now, I will say, out of everything she said so far, that right there, hammer on the nail. I remember when I would dive into Berlin topics a lot. In my comment sections, a lot of people would kind of dunk on Berlin kind of heavy. So I remember having a conversation on stream at twitch.tv/JamesBRAYGANG. If you haven't followed me over there, you should. It's pretty lit. We have some interesting conversations and do a lot of interesting things over there. Like if you had to see me doing the whole German learning process live. Basically, I was asking about like just the whole vibe over there and stuff like that, and it was pretty interesting. So she was basically, hold on, I lost my train of thought, but hold on one second. Wait.
Different sexual.
Yep. So basically, closed-mindedness, right? So the people who did not like Berlin, where it seemed like they were closed-minded, because it seemed like Berlin was very vibrant. Because people are like, oh, in general, at first when I very first got into Germany, anything. People were telling me not to go to East Germany. If I ever decided to go to Germany, do not visit East Germany, period, you know? But then I looked at the map. I'm like, isn't Berlin in East Germany? Like, what the hell? But then Berlin, of course, like she said earlier, is like the problem child of like the east side of Germany, you know what I'm saying? But it's also super, super, like, I feel like it's mad liberal, like super liberal, like hyper liberal. So people, you know, that don't really like that kind of climate, they're like, bro, there's just too much, like, everybody's like out there, there's too much cultural diversity in a way. And I know it sounds weird to say, right? But it just seems like, because I know a lot of people are kind of like dunking on you know, the different ethnic backgrounds that were there. I'm not going to say specifically which ones, but you know, there was definitely a lot of dunking going on, and I'm like, dang, like, why is that a problem? Like, I mean, I feel like diversity is huge. That's what actually spawns progression in cultures, technology, and a lot of other things, because it just invites a different way of thinking, a different approach to a lot of things. It definitely improves a lot of things, and it definitely changes up a lot of traditional things. So maybe that's why. But I did notice that as well when I had a conversation. And if you guys want to, you know, have a chat with me, join the Discord server. You know, if you think I'm wrong, you think I heard something that was wrong, tell me off. You know, come in the Discord server and tell me, James, I'm gonna set you straight, okay? Like, let me know, man.
Orientations, if that is not your vibe, then we don't want you here.
Whoa.
Because truly, Berlin is such an amazing place because of all of the diversity that there is, how open-minded people are, how you can be whoever you want here and nobody is going to judge you.
Yeah, actually, I've heard a lot of people even moving from other places that were way more conservative in Germany and moving from there to Berlin because of how open-minded Berlin is. So I actually had a conversation with a few people in general with Germans that wanted to move to America, and the number one reason that I kept getting was basically the mindset in America is a lot more open-minded than the mindset in Germany. Now, I'm not saying that that's true, but I have heard it a lot from a lot of people that wanted to move to America because of the mindset. Because it just feels like they said it feels like you could do a lot more here. People wouldn't be so judgy. And in Germany, it's definitely different. So if you guys agree with that, disagree with that, let me know in the comments down below. A lot of the statements that were being made are probably a little bit jarring. You know, people might be in their feelings a little bit, but hey, having an honest conversation. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm eager to read what you guys have to say about the things that have been said in this video. You know what I'm saying?
I have met some incredible people here with such unique stories, different perspectives on life, from different parts of the world, and it's one of my favorite things about living here because I constantly learn about different cultures. I learn about different people's stories and how they were brought up and what brought them to the city, and it's what makes things exciting. So for the people who are stuck in their own ways, they're narrow-minded, closed-minded, don't want to experience new things, learn about new people.
Basically stay in the small towns. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't like open-minded stuff, stay your eye in a small ass town, bro. Like, everybody in small towns for the most part is closed-minded as hell. Not everybody, but a lot of people are. And there's if you want to, like, most closed-minded places in general are smaller towns. There's generally a certain way that things are done, certain mindset of people that are there. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like a whole lot of people being around there. That's actually where you get the people like, I don't know who that new person is. Where are they from? They're not from here. No, they're not from here. Oh, man.
Or are going to be judgmental, then Berlin is just not the place for you. I have seen some crazy things happen here, and there is little to no judgment passed by the people living here. Awesome. And really nothing seems weird to me anymore after living here. I feel like I've heard it all. I've seen a lot of things, and yeah, I'm just like, you do you, live your life, do what makes you happy.
Absolutely.
And that's what keeps things interesting here.
Well, that's pretty much the video. Those are all the things and all the reasons why not to move to Berlin, Germany. From the jarring title, because that title definitely did catch my attention, which is why we're here checking this out, breaking it down, and having a conversation like we are. I can break down most of what she said to that applying to most city environments. Me being a city person myself, everything she said is on the money when it comes to any major city. They're going to be dirty. They're going to be very disorganized. They're going to be very open-minded for the most part. I mean, I haven't ever been to a city that was a city that was closed-minded. You know, it's because you have so many different people compacted into one area, right? So it's, you know, it's kind of like a no-brainer that everyone would have their own way of thinking. So many different things that you're gonna see in major cities. Like, one big thing is you'll see a lot of eccentric type things happening, like things that you would never see in a small town. Like, I remember one time I rode the bus and this one dude walked on the damn butt naked. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, what? Where'd your clothes go, bruh? Like, randomly, you know? And just a bunch of weird stuff happens in cities and stuff like that, but that's all cities. But basically, if you're not a city person and you don't like people, you're closed-minded, stay your ass in a small town. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's straight up facts. Like, that's a fact. That's not like an opinion. That is a fact. Because you're gonna be mad uncomfortable if you move to a city and, you know, you're not used to all this and you don't like city environments and stuff like that. But overall, I stand by what I said in the beginning. Berlin's a dope ass city. I've never been there, but I've heard wonderful things from a lot of people. But I've also heard some things that were not so good about Berlin from other people too. People are saying, yo, it's dangerous, yo, it's this, it's that, it's that. But it's like every city, man. You have a lot of people, which means whatever the crime rates and anything would normally be in a standard city, a smaller city, it's going to be drastically increased because you have way more people in close proximity, and that makes a lot of sense. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below if you agree with this or not. I post videos every single day, so if you guys want to go ahead and check out more of the videos on the channel and see if my opinions align with yours, feel free to do so, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. Follow me on Twitch if you guys haven't at twitch.tv/JamesBrayGang, where you can catch me live and give me a piece of your mind if you think that everything I've been talking about has been inaccurate. I haven't streamed in a week, but that's because of a partnership application I sent that I got denied recently. So I have a stream plan probably for this Saturday. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bis später, Leute. Ciao. Well, what a pleasure it is to see all of your beautiful faces at the end of this lovely video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sure you know, as I've mentioned in the past, we do have a Discord that's linked in the description down below, and we would love to have you a part of the world's greatest community ever, Bray Gang. Yes, if you've made it to this point in the video, you're officially a part of the community. So go ahead, join the Discord server. Link is in the description down below. And we also have other social media as well, like Instagram, Twitter. We're live. We go live on Twitch quite often as well. So it would behoove you to, go ahead and subscribe to the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JamesBrayGang. Join the cause and be a part of the greatest, literally the greatest community ever. Okay? It's simple. Just go ahead and do those little things. We're trying to grow on all these little platforms and everything, and it really means a lot. Now, I know you guys stumbled up across the channel and you're like, what does this guy post? Like, what kind of content does he post? Reactions, vlogs, pretty much whatever comes to my mind. All right, it's random content. I don't know what I'm gonna be posting 10 years from now, but I do know that you can stick along for the journey, and it really means a lot. Now, for every single person that subscribes and follows all of the accounts that I have made, and all the links will be in the description down below, that's an automatic entry for any future giveaways I decide to have. I'll remind you when the giveaways take place, but you'll be surprised what I will be giving away because you guys have supported me so much up to this point, and it's only right that I do the same thing back. Thank you guys so much for being amazing, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.